Good evening and welcome to Trending Tonight. I'm Sanket Upadhyay. So the Captain Amrinder Singh, the Chief Minister of Punjab, he came, he met a committee and then he left. Then Sidhu came. There was a lot of drama on whether he will be meeting the Gandhis and not a committee, the Gandhis. That meeting happened today. It did not happen yesterday. There was suspense all through yesterday. He met the Gandhis. First Priyanka Gandhi, and then Priyanka went to meet Sonia Gandhi, then Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi came to meet Rahul Gandhi, and by the evening, Rahul Gandhi met Navjot Singh Sidhu. This big fat Punjabi brawl has now reached the national capital. Gandhis are meeting Navjot Singh Sidhu. Is he the new kid on the block as far as Congress's Punjab unit is concerned? And is this the Gandhis' no vote or a vote of no confidence in Captain Amrinder Singh? We'll put this to a discussion and a debate. What this meeting means, how do you decode this meeting, and how is this going to play out on the ground? Attempts have been made in the past also, by the way, and people could not remove the captain. What will happen now? Story number 2, it's the Supreme Court which has had to step in yet again on a COVID response. Compensation for COVID deaths. So whether it is oxygen, the Supreme Court issues directions. Whether it is vaccines, Supreme Court issues directions. Now even on compensation, the Supreme Court has to step in. Our basic and fundamental question is, why should the courts have to order this? Why could it not happen on its own? And more importantly, what about compensation for all those who are not even in the record? So lots of points to ponder here. We'll put that also to a discussion. Let's go to discussion number 1 with our guest this evening. We've got Mr. Rashid Kidwai, an authority as far as all things Congress are concerned. Thank you very much, Mr. Kidwai. It'll be interesting to know what your observation is on what the Congress is attempting to do as of this moment. Supriya Shrinate of the Congress Party. Good evening, Supriya. And we also have Parambans Romana. He is the president of the Youth Akali Dal. We'll begin with you, Supriya. You know, the captain comes, has no audience with the Gandhis, meets a committee, goes. Sidhu comes, tells all the press in Punjab, I'm going to meet the Gandhis. There's a bit of suspense all through yesterday, and then today the big meeting happens. What are we to read in this?
Sanket, first and foremost, a good evening to you and the entire panel here and to your viewers. I am very amused by the choice of words, and not you personally, but the words that have been doing the rounds. Drama, suspense, new kid on the block, vote of no confidence. I mean, what are all these words? Who is coining these terms? What is drama? Who's creating the suspense? Did the Congress leadership tell you who's meeting, who's not meeting? Who's creating the suspense? The media. Having said that, an elected chief minister comes to Delhi. He had come to meet the committee. He meets the committee and he leaves. He had not sought an audience with the Congress president because, truth be told, and you know this better than me, and Mr. Kidwai will be able to tell you, if an elected chief minister wants to meet Mrs. Gandhi as somebody as senior as Captain Amrinder Singh, he would have surely met her, but he did not ask for that audience. Another person comes, meets the leadership, voices whatever concerns he may or may not have had. This meeting happened between two people, but of course there are so many conjectures. Now the reality is that the Congress is a whipping boy. I have no issues with that. The Congress is a soft target. I also have no issues with that.
No,
it's your duty to ask us questions.
There is no soft targeting. In fact, I sometimes feel the media is the soft target of which you are an essential part.
Not at all, not at all. I am just saying you can ask
favorite activity is to blame the media. In Uttar Pradesh, BJP will blame the media when we talk about infighting. In Punjab, Congress will blame the media.
Not at all. I will tell you where my issue is. My issue is, I'm glad you are discussing Punjab, but I wish, and I don't mean you, I mean media as a whole, was discussing why did 265 MLAs sign a petition against Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and sat on protest within the assembly. What happened between Vasundhara Raje and Punia? What's happening between Gajen Shekhawat and her? What is happening between Narottam Mishra and Shivraj Singh Chauhan? What is happening between ministers of Yadurappa and the governor?
Correct.
Citing, concerns.
Correct.
I am just saying it's all right to discuss these issues. We are a democratic party. We dissent, we disagree. Sometimes we do that publicly. I also feel the BJP will never give you the room to do that. The Congress at least gives you the room to disagree and dissent publicly. That's all I will say, and I will say that very honestly.
Very unfair assessment, Supriya, but then again, this is your assessment. It's fine. The point is, it's not about room or no room. The point is, having been associated with the media for a long time in your career, you know that there is a newsworthiness. The meetings of Navjot Singh Sidhu and the captain are playing out in the national capital.
Was there.
It's playing out in the national capital.
Drama, जब उनके सिर फुटबॉल की बात होती है तब भी तो डिस्कशन करिए ना.
बिल्कुल डिस्कशन होता है.
मैं मीडिया की बात कर रही हूँ. हम उत्तर प्रदेश पे, हम वसुंधरा राजे पर, हम नरोत्तम मिश्रा पर, हम येदियुरप्पा पर डिस्कशन नहीं करते.
We've done so many of those discussions right here on this show.
Call me for those discussions. I'll be happy to, pass some
absolutely.
wisdom on
I
that.
will call you, but today the discussion is on Captain and Sidhu. Now, Mr. Kidwai, I want to come to you. Why is Sidhu so important? It's very clear that he has an audience with the Gandhis, and he likes to flaunt it also. By tweeting pictures and showing these many hours of a meeting with the Gandhis. He likes to flaunt it. Can the Congress party make it clear whether Sidhu will be elevated? Is he taking the captain's position? Is he being elevated as the number 2 in Punjab? Clear his status. Otherwise, there will be this flux, Mr. Kidwai.
I think, Sanket, things are very simple. They are not complicated. Punjab is heading for elections. Congress, rightly so, wants to win this election. It has an assessment that Captain Amrinder Singh alone, because he's the incumbent chief minister, may not be able to make it. So they need support and a very active campaigning by Navjot Sidhu, who's far more younger, and after this Kartarpur Sahib corridor issue, he's become he has a kind of audience for himself particularly among Sikh voters. So having said this, and he's an agri party, so there was a possibility that he may go to AAP or some other political formation. So Priyanka Gandhi and Congress, they were required to cater to his grievances or aspirations or whatever. I think as things, appear to be, Captain Amrinder Singh, because of his political differences with Sidhu, was unwilling to accommodate Sidhu. Now he's been told to do so. So I think, as far as the Congress election preparations are going on, they are heading for a right direction, and this template probably will play out in Rajasthan also in time to come.
But Mr. Kidwai, how is this going to work? If you have two people who can they bury their differences or put it behind them and work? Because if they don't do that, then they work at cross purposes.
Yeah, they may work at cross purpose, but Congress leadership today has sent out a very strong signal that Sidhu is there to stay. Remember, Captain Amrinder Singh is 79. He has been, thrice chief minister. He has lost also thrice. See, so Punjab is a change state. Barring few exceptions, normally, it's an alternate government that comes in there. So Congress has made it very clear, based on its own internal political assessment, that Captain alone cannot make it, unless Captain proves it that he can make it.
No, but then can Sidhu help the Congress make it? Or is this too much of confidence being put in Sidhu?
I think, Sanket, this is outcome of elections will determine that. But as I said, these are the part of political preparation. And in that preparation part, I think Congress is not at fault in according some kind of importance to Navjot Sidhu.
Okay. One more question, and I want to know your assessment. Do you think that Sidhu actually has political clout on his own, or is he becoming the face of the anti-captain voices in the Congress, and thus will lead to a consolidation?
From whatever my understanding of Congress has always treated Captain Amrinder Singh with dignity and respect. He is among, mind you, very few leaders who have a very good equation with Sonia Gandhi. So I don't think he is being slighted. Idea is to win election, and Sidhu is capable of doing that. He has clean image, and I said that his stand on Kartarpur Sahib corridor issue has given him a
interesting.
Bigger
so
reach.
This should not be seen as a brawl. This should be seen as a collaborative effort. I think that's an interesting.
Absolutely. And just one sentence. Yeah. See what happened in Assam. Though the BJP chief minister was not changed before election, subsequently he was changed.
Correct.
And we all knew from the beginning that, Hemanta Biswa Sarma had a very, prominent role, much more than the chief minister in the entire campaign. I think we are going to see something like that in Punjab now.
Okay. Mr. Romana, I want to come to you now. Your leader, Mr. Sukhbir Singh Badal, said that Navjot Singh Sidhu is a misguided missile. He has the same set of abuses which he transfers with him as he changes political parties. And pat came the reply, as they say, from Navjot Singh Sidhu also. I mean, why this assessment? Is this something personal? Because you have quite an axe to grind against Sidhu.
No, nothing personal against him. He's just one of the ministers and now one of the MLAs of the Congress party. Nothing personal. There's a huge difference in the, stature and the level. He's the president of the main regional party of Punjab. But the issue that you were discussing, that what are the angles to this? You are all giving different angles. I have another angle to it.
Sure.
Basically, this is the way of arm twisting captain by the Congress High Command. Why? Because it is for the spoils of the loot that has been accumulated from Punjab in the last 2.5 years. You know, as well as all the other media knows, the entire national media knows, the number of scams that have happened in Punjab in the last 4.5 years is unprecedented. Leave everything else besides, they have profited from the pandemic. The co-vaccine scam just happened. It has happened nowhere else in the country. So basically, the spoils that have been gathered by this government, probably the High Command is not getting its
Okay, this is an allegation. I'll have to give Supriya a right to reply. Supriya, you've heard what he had to say.
I mean, all I will say to the Shiromani Akali Dal representative here is that India's farmers are out on the streets for the last 7 months. You were hand in glove with this government. You sat through the decisions that were made. You realized that things were getting out of control, and then you quit this government. You have no moral locus standi to talk about these issues. It's been 7 months these farmers have been on the road. Please, hang on. You have blood on your hands. The 500 farmers have died. All I will say to people like Shiromani Akali Dal is, do not look for political opportunities here. The people of Punjab will outrightly reject you, as the farmers on the streets already have. So you can come up with whatever suggestions, you can come up with whatever theories. You are looking for lost ground, which you
one
will
by
not
one,
find,
please. One by one. Yes, Mr. Romana.
You will not find that lost ground.
Mr. Romana's last word, yes.
As a well-wisher.
She's come to the Kisan agitation and the agriculture bill. We quit this government. Let me complete.
After being hand in glove with them, after sitting through decisions that were made, please no, you did not quit when the cabinet, when the ordinances were made. Remember that. You've got blood on your hands. You cannot deny that.
Okay, one moment. We are digressing.
Why did they leave for the foreign countries?
We were discussing Sidhu and Captain.
One second, I was talking about Sidhu. It just went somewhere else. Sidhu in his own interview, just give me a second, I'll talk about Sidhu. Sidhu in his interview to Hindustan Times on the 21st of July, I'm quoting him, has said that when we formed the government, we discussed about solving the sacrilege issue. Our government decided that we will not solve it, we will keep it for the last 6 months to pin down the Akalis on that again. This is Sidhu's quote. What is he talking about? Failed promises and unfulfilled promises. He was part of this government for 3.5 years, heading the lucrative.
So were you a part of the government? You sat through the ordinances. You sat through the cabinet decisions. Only when you saw things getting out of hand in Parliament.
Okay, I'm gonna have to leave it here.
Mr. Romana.
The Sidhu, I think the assessment of Mr. Kidwai is going to be politically interesting to watch. Is this a confrontation or a collaboration? Because if this is a collaboration being engineered by the Gandhis, then I'm sure, Mr. Kidwai, you realize that this is going to be a slightly difficult task.
This is a confrontation engineered by the High Command to collaborate with the state government and the loop.
Look into your own house, sort out your own mess.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Kidwai, Ms. Supriya Shinate, as well as Mr. Romana, thank you very much for joining us. This argument continues, and let's hope the Congress party, by the way, was supposed to arrive at a conclusion within this week. Let's see if that happens or not. All right, story number 2, whether it is oxygen, whether it is vaccination, or even compensation, It is the Supreme Court that has had to step in and literally dictate India's COVID response. Why should courts have to do this? Why should courts have to order this? And also the challenges that one will face from here on. I would like to welcome Mr. Sunil Baburao Mende. He's a BJP Member Parliament. Thank you very much, sir. And T.S. Singh Dev, Health Minister of Chhattisgarh. Thank you very much, Mr. Dev. First of all, I want to come to you, Mr. Mende. I want to ask you, can you hear me? Sunilji, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, good evening. My first question to you is, don't you think, sir, that this was a task which the government should have done on its own? Why should the Supreme Court have to tell the government that oxygen should be managed well, that vaccination drive is arbitrary and irrational and it should be managed well, and now even in the case of compensation? Why always the courts are dictating India's COVID strategy?
सर, जहां तक अपना कोविड की बात है, हम जानते हैं कि कोविड को जिस समय सेकंड वेव आया अपने इंडिया में, उस समय ने जहां जिस लोगों ने इसको कैलकुलेशन किया होगा, उस समय ये बिल्कुल ही किसी के ध्यान में नहीं होगा कि इस तरह से, इस स्पीड से कोविड की ये जो वेव आएगी अपने इंडिया में, इसको इस तरह से फैल जाएगा। अब जहां तक बात है कि ये इसके लिए हमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्यों डिक्टेट करने की जरूरत पड़ी, जब केंद्र के सामने ये विषय आया, सबसे पहले पहल केंद्र ने हमेशा की है, हमेशा 2 स्टेप फॉरवर्ड ही हम लोग काम करते रहे हैं। मोदी जी ने तो जहां तक मुझे लगता है कि अब चाहे वो 22 मार्च की बात हो, जिसको सबसे पहली बार हमारे यहाँ हमने लॉकडाउन किया था, तब से अभी तक के हमने हमेशा आगे की सोचा है। मगर ये आपदा ही ऐसी है और संख्या की दृष्टि से इतना बड़ा विषय रहा कि हम लोग उसको कैसे कैसे मैनेज करते करते आगे बढ़ रहे थे। इनिशियली हम लोग इसके लिए तैयार नहीं थे। इसके लिए जो भी समय लगा होगा इसके लिए कोर्ट को इंटरवेन करने की जरूरत है। पर जहां तक बात रही कि ऑक्सीजन की, जब भी समय आया इमीडिएटली उसके ऊपर एक्शन लिया गया।
सुनील जी, ये जो मुआवजे की बात है, कॉम्पनसेशन, now the biggest challenge is, and if you could just stay on with us, Mr. T.S. Singh Dev, do you think that the real challenge as far as compensation will be how to identify who should be compensated? For instance, there are a large number of people who may not have been registered as COVID deaths. How will they be compensated?
Sanket ji, you are right about these things. There are issues about even those who have been registered as corona patients and who have passed away. The death certificates many a time do not mention the cause of death, or if there is a cause of death, it goes to cardiac failure, etc. It doesn't specifically mention the disease. So those are issues which we are also facing, and we are managing by having certificates issued for all those who were tested positive for COVID and who passed away, and their death certificates may be showing or not showing cause of death as corona. And the other aspect which you mentioned is also there, but that could be met by any person who, if they have passed away and the government has not registered their deaths, they could show the corona positive test report that the family, I'm sure, would be having, or wherever they have had. So first, government taking the proactive step to enroll all those deaths which were corona positive and have not come onto the government records. And second, if citizens are left out, they could come with the report of their family person that they were corona positive and they died. All those things would be on record. So I don't think it would be very difficult beyond that.
Yes,
initially, there would be difficulties.
Yeah, Mr. Dev, you know, the observations or the things that the court has said, they say that COVID pandemic has to be viewed differently from other disasters, and COVID victims' death certificate must have the cause of death, and one has to simplify and provide a system for correcting cause of death if family is not satisfied. Realistically speaking, how long do you think, how long a time will it take for this to happen?
It shouldn't take too long, because once the court has given directions, that is the law of the land. And the governments then simply need to add corona as one of the reasons for the cause of death.
But do you think that we wasted crucial time? I mean, this is something which could have been done without the court's intervention?
It is difficult there, Sanket ji, because this has been the tradition and maybe the lacuna in issuing death certificates. No death certificates say that you had diabetes. No death certificates say that maybe cause of death was some other ailment. They would generally write cause of death, which would normally be cardiac arrest. So there is a lacuna there, certainly. You could have chronic kidney disease, you could have any other ailment which could be the reason also for your reaching a condition where you have a cardiac arrest.
Sure.
So these are issues. These are issues.
एक सवाल मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं सुनील जी, अब ये जो कोर्ट ने कहा है कि गाइडलाइंस होनी चाहिए कि किस तरीके से अगर किसी के मौत का कारण कोविड नहीं लिखा है तो अगर फैमिली संतुष्ट नहीं है तो वो कारण लिख दे। देखिए अब इस देश में बहुत सारे लोग एक बुरी दृष्टि से आपदा में अवसर ढूंढते हैं, यानी कि करप्शन करने की कोशिश करते हैं। वी हैव सीन दैट हैपनिंग वेदर इट इज ऑक्सीजन, वैक्सीन्स, बहुत करप्शन होता है। आपको क्या लगता है कि व्हाट सिस्टम शुड बी पुट इन प्लेस कि खराब लोग इसको धंधा ना बना लें?
नहीं, बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने कि जैसा कि इस कोविड की आपदा में काफी लोगों ने, इवन अभी बोलना नहीं चाहिए मगर डॉक्टर जैसे जिस फील्ड में लोग हैं उन्होंने भी इसका फायदा उठाने की कोशिश की है। मगर हम लोग हमेशा इसको एक टाइम फ्रेमली और कुछ एक सिस्टमैटिकली इसको डिवाइड करते हैं, तो इसको मुझे लगता नहीं कि बहुत ज्यादा हमें उसको अलग से कुछ खोजने की जरूरत है। जहां तक हमारे यहाँ टेस्ट, एक बहुत अच्छी बात थी कि हमारे यहाँ हर जगह टेस्ट हो रही थी और जिसको पॉजिटिव होते हुए वो टेस्ट को पाया गया। और फॉर्चुनेटली जहां तक हमें हमारे यहाँ जो भी टेस्टेड जो भी टेस्टिंग आया है वो सॉफ्टवेयर के या आपके मोबाइल पे आया हुआ है, तो उसके प्रूफ मिलाना बहुत बड़ा मुश्किल काम नहीं है। एक हम लोग डिसाइड कर ले और उसके बाद यदि कोई फैमिली को लगता है कि नहीं मेरे यहाँ डेथ कोविड से ही हुई थी, तो उसको बाकी फाइंडिंग्स और जहां उसने ट्रीटमेंट ली है वो यदि हमें पता लग जाता है तो मुझे लगता है कि इसमें आसानी हो जाएगी। और आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, एक सिस्टम बनाने की जरूरत है, एक टाइम फॉर्मेट में और एक स्पेसिफिक फॉर्मेट में यदि हम लोग ये सब करते हैं तो बहुत ज्यादा समय नहीं जाएगा। और जहां तक हमारी सिस्टम काम कुछ ना कुछ काम कर ही रही थी और सिस्टम यहाँ हमारे यहाँ तब यदि छोटे तबके की बात करते हैं तो आशा वर्कर से लेकर हर कोई इसको ट्रेसिंग कर रहा था, जो हमें कोरोना पॉजिटिव मिल रहा था, तो काफी कुछ रिकॉर्ड हमारा जरूर मिल जाएगा। इसलिए यदि इस तरह से काम करते हैं तो हम भी तो यही चाहते हैं। बिल्कुल ही आपदा ऐसी है कि कोई भी कोविड पेशेंट जो है जिसकी डेथ हुई है और घर में जो भी उसका डिस्टर्बेंस हुआ है, फैमिली डिस्टर्ब हुई है, उसका जो भी उसके बच्चे अनाथ हुए हैं, उन सभी को इसका बिल्कुल लाभ हम लोग सब जानते हैं। मोदी जी ने सबसे पहले 29 मई को ही इसको डिक्लेयर कर लिया था। आपदा के लिए जो भी कुछ होगा हम लोग जरूर कॉम्पनसेशन के लिए सोचेंगे। अब उसका थोड़ा सा हर स्टेट के इसको में थोड़ा सा नीचे तबके तक जाके गांव तक जाके हमें थोड़ा ये लिस्टिंग करनी पड़ेगी, प्रॉपर लिस्टिंग करनी पड़ेगी हर मैक्सिमम सभी जगहों पे। जहां
I think the NDMA has been given 6 weeks to formulate a policy. Should be a proper policy so that compensation can be given. The only thing is, why should for each and every little thing the courts have to step in? Are they running India's COVID vaccination or COVID strategy? Good night and goodbye.